Well, Labour are now in charge, and a good friend of mine said a couple of days ago, what do you think people feel about this new government? Is there a sense of hope? Is there a bounce because they're now in power? And I would say, and bear in mind, this is simply anecdotal, I haven't carried out a survey, but I would say that, well, opinions are mixed. Opinions may vary. Some people are overjoyed, some people are disappointed, and some people want to be overjoyed but are apprehensive. They're apprehensive because, well, because of one of the reasons that Labour are in charge, in power. You see, a lot of that voting was about the disillusionment of the population with those who were in charge, were in power. And because of that, this disillusionment, it caused distrust and with some people dislike and even hatred. And so this government have got a lot to do. So I think where people are at the moment is they've taken in a deep breath and they're waiting to see what happens. There is an opportunity for this crowd here to practice the things that need to be practiced. Openness, honesty, integrity. And in that way, then they become the populists, or they could become. Because people talk about populism and the rise of it in a pejorative way. It's not necessarily pejorative at all. What does a populist do, as long as they're not lying and peddling in hyperbole and disinformation and misinformation? What do? They talk about the wants and needs and desires of the population. They point out that, well, it seems as if there's an elite and it seems as if our needs are not really being addressed in any shape, way or form whatsoever. And, well, it remains to be seen, because is there an elite in there? Absolutely there's an elite in there. But are they all elite? Absolutely not. I think there are good people, and those people need to do the right thing. So the jury's out. What do we have? Popinjays, Piranhas, or Philanthropists? Time will tell. Recently, the Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, has stated that the winter heating payments will be withdrawn for pensioners, so that the winter fuel will no longer be subsidised, so the payment thereof. And that's concerning, that's worrying. But maybe she can defend that by opening the books and showing us the workings and saying this is why. Maybe she'll change her mind if there's enough of an element of dissent in the population. Who knows? But again, that iterative process is of great importance right now, because if the Labour government get it wrong and continue to get it wrong, then that hatred, that dislike, that distrust of those who were in power will be transferred here, and I think quite quickly. So in other words, things like that winter fuel payment withdrawal is a test case. And ultimately, I think what we could find is that if they begin to make a total Richard of themselves and Richard around, then we will have a winter of discontent.